Oh, what's up, everybody? Once again, it's Brand Man Sean on a Saturday morning. What's up, everybody? I got two things that I want to talk to you about. One is answering the question that somebody had in the comments, and the other thing, the first thing I'm going to talk about is 2 Saturdays from now, March 24th. If you are in Atlanta, you got to come out to Adventure ATL. If you don't know what Adventure ATL is, you're slipping. Or I just haven't got the word out to you enough. So I apologize. But that is my festival. That is my event. Adventure ATL Fest. Imagine if you went to a building and the entire building, all of the rooms were repurposed to feel like their own completely different environment. You know, one feels like a crazy hype party, another one feels like a nice little art gallery. You got beautiful women everywhere, you got dope artists everywhere. It's something that you don't want to miss. Check it out. AdventureATLFest.com. I'll put a link down there below to the IG, all that stuff for y'all to check out. But it's $10 if you want to, catch that before the early birds go up and that price doubles, because it's gonna get expensive close to it. Now, outside of that, just had to put that out there for you guys. No, I'll wait to the end to mention something else. Now, in terms of that question, Alexander Monikov, I think I said this name right, my apologies if I didn't, asked me about perfection. I think it's a struggle that a lot of people go through. I've been through it. Basically saying that I understand this whole high quantity, dropping a lot of music, high volume, all that stuff, or in just content period, but I'm a perfectionist. How do I get over that? How do I know when it's too much? Because perfection, to a sense, that same thing that's guiding you to create something of quality, at some point does become a hindrance. So what do you do? Now, I'm going to talk about what I personally do, because I've struggled with that before. Long time. But I've gotten a lot better at it in the last few years. Like way better at it. So the first thing I'm going to say is, for one, we all know, for all intents and purposes, perfection doesn't really exist, right? Because it can be an ongoing thing. We can constantly be perfecting. So in most cases, perfection is a lack of productivity. Now, with that in mind, how do we create productivity while still maintaining quality, especially if we're just starting from ground up? Let me tell you what I personally had to start doing. And this is just for me. It might not work for everybody. But when we're talking about doing something high quality, high volume, this is what I actually did for my YouTube channel. And first of all, when I started it, I didn't even necessarily plan on dropping a whole lot of videos. But I said, hey, there's a couple of videos that I want to do, and I want to make sure that I keep going, actually do it. So I had to be self-aware. I had to trust myself. So it's self-awareness and self-trust. Those are two of the biggest things when it comes to this whole quantity, quality, still maintaining all of that at the same time. Let me explain what I mean by that. One, I had to be self-aware that, I got this whole perfectionist thing and I'm tripping. I'm doing it too long. I'm taking way too long to drop this stuff. I still take too long sometimes, on some days, just researching the videos. I feel like doing something on something new that I don't know anything about. So what did I do? What I did was, I said, you know what? I'm going to put out some trash, quote unquote, right? At least trash to me. Now, that means if you look at my first videos, the audio's super horrible. Matter of fact, that wasn't even in my first videos. Didn't plan to ever be in my videos, like my face. But someone gave me feedback. They said, hey, we like it when you're in your videos, because I was experimenting. But they were just low quality, whatever. It was really like a PowerPoint slideshow, and I was clicking through it. And then even when I started dropping videos with me in it, it was very inconsistent as far as the quality of the picture. I didn't know why. Sometimes it was quality image. Sometimes it was great. I didn't know enough about the camera to really do it. But what I did was say, know what? I understand what I want to be most important, first and foremost. So what you have to do is say, what's the most important thing in terms of my music or my content in general? What matters most? Is it comedy? Is it, I don't know, lyrics? Whatever it is. For me, it was the information. So I didn't care if the visuals were crazy. I didn't care if it was in 4K, shot in 4K and like high quality, all that. I didn't care about none of that stuff. I didn't care if the audio came off 1,000% perfect. All I said was, hey, I just want to get the information right. I want to make sure I'm communicating it in a way that people understand, because this is stuff that's cool and matters to me. And the people who value the information, this is also understanding your brand. The information is the core of what matters to me in the brand in terms of this channel. Then it will attract the right people. And as you start to fix the other things over time, then you'll start to bring in some other people who like, the flowery stuff. But the stuff that my brand was built off the beginning in terms of this channel was finding people and connecting with people who care about the information first and foremost, getting better quality videos, having better quality audio, having better visuals, and like, let's say, getting a logo, which I technically still don't have, right? Or my YouTube banner is still kind of like just hacked together, all that stuff. But if you look at my videos now this year, 2018, there's consistently high quality in the ones that are shot in that main location I have. I got a few ones off my phone that are a little cloudy. Someone said I stepped into a cloud, but it's improved over time. So this is when we go back to the trust. So when I'm posting, the self-awareness, first of all, that I'm tripping, I'm taking too long, this perfectionist thing is keeping me from being productive. And then the trust is the fact that I trust that I care enough about quality personally that over time I will learn how to do this fast, and I will learn how to do it fast with good quality. So what that looks like is, all right, as I'm posting, I know I'm not going to even do it. I know I'm not going to, if I don't start, me personally, a lot of times if I do something, I just got to start it. It doesn't have to be perfect at the beginning, because you're not going to get that momentum. I'll just start it, and I know it's not perfect, but I will know that, okay, eventually I'm going to figure out a consistent intro and outro. Eventually I'm going to figure out a format that I like presenting the information on. All these things start making things more streamlined too, because you're doing less editing, or you have less to think about. All these things are happening over time. Again and again and again, you become more efficient at delivering things, so now your quality is upped. It's pretty much that simple. I know I said it in a long way because I never really talk to people too much about this, but it's super helpful, and I'm going through it constantly. This channel still isn't, I don't know, as great as a lot of other channels as far as quality and doing these beautiful cuts from the videos and the intro, outro, all that stuff, but that's something I'm evolving over time, and as I see a necessity to it. So that's the third thing too. So you self-aware that you're tripping, that you're being a perfectionist and have no productivity, or just lack productivity. 2, self-trust, trust that you personally care enough about quality to actually improve it over time. And then 3, do pay attention to feedback, because that feedback is a reminder that, hey, yeah, your videos still aren't high quality audio, or your videos still aren't high quality visuals or whatever. But at the same time, you can't care, because you already analyzed yourself and you're aware of it. Because you're aware of this, when you get the feedback, it's not going to bother you that much, because you already know that your stuff isn't where you want it to be. But you are being patient with yourself, because over time, you're going to get to where you want to be, as opposed to doing it all at once. Now, there's some people who can do it all at once, and that's them. Me, this is like a side thing for me. Some people, this is all they're doing, and they want to be A1 from day one, high quality, got the cameras, they can make the investment and all that stuff. That's not the way I work, particularly with this channel. There's some things I do work, and I'm going to be perfect as possible on the first time out. But when we're talking about consistent content, high volume content, the best thing to do is say, I'm going to become better over time. And your music is essentially content. People trip. I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about this in a YouTube video, actually, that's coming out, let's just say next week. But you'll see how people really do not care about the trash stuff that you dropped earlier in your career. They don't care as much as you think they do. Especially, all you need is a hit. Once you drop those hits, what are we talking about? Are we really talking about Cardi B's first songs? Are we really talking about, I don't know, Ray Sherman's first songs when they were kid bopper type rappers? You know what I'm saying? No, nobody's talking about those things. Everybody goes through their evolutions. As long as you get one, and once your content hits, whether that's music, art visual, self-help videos, whatever it is, once it starts moving, then that's what people are focused on. It's just like a hit song, right? So other than that, like I said, man, y'all come out to Adventure ATL if y'all are in Atlanta. It's something that you ain't never seen, man. You will definitely appreciate the event. I really got a dope team that's putting a lot of great energy into it. Got some dope artists. Y'all check out all the information once again. AdventureATLFest.com. It's in the comments. It's in the description. It's gonna be everywhere. All right, be cool.